So thermodynamics is one of the important fundamental courses in mechanical engineering. Many processes in the industry need the study and contribution of mechanical engineering, and this, within its forms of application, is nourished by thermodynamics to solve many phenomena. Hence, this course aims to further enhance the students' knowledge regarding the principles of thermodynamics by using this in practical application, specifically in power generation. So this includes the study of free gases, properties of gas and vapor mixtures, and introduction to reactive systems. At the same time, the study of thermodynamics is fundamental to understanding energy systems and their role in modern engineering applications. So steam generation and power generation processes from the backbone of industries such as power plants, manufacturing, and transportation. Thorough grasp of this concept is essential for engineers to design, analyze, and optimize systems that contribute to sustainable energy practices and improve efficiency. So by understanding the runtime cycle and its modifications, engineers can identify opportunities to enhance performance and reduce energy losses, addressing critical global challenges such as energy security and environmental impact. So, in termo po natin, no, although yung first part ay review ng thermodynamic cycles that diniscuss natin nung Thermo 1, namely yung Carnot, Otto, and Diesel, no? So, yung tatlo po kasi yun ay solely nakafocus sa mga engines ng mga sasakyan or automobile engines, okay? So, dito sa thermodynamics 2, ang pinaka-focus na natin after reviewing yung mga cycles na yun ay power generation. So, cycles that corresponds on the power generation. So, yun yung Rankine cycle natin. Okay? So, that is a basic form of or the basic cycle for power generation na ginagamit. Then, yung binabanggit dyan kanina na improvement ng efficiency and enhancing the performance no, ng Rankine cycle. So, doon na po siya manganganak. So, from having a simple ideal Rankine cycle, magkakaroon tayo ng actual Rankine cycle, magkakaroon tayo ng reheat Rankine cycle, ideal and actual nun, then regenerative Rankine cycle, ideal and actual, then possibly pati yung reheat regenerative Rankine cycle, no? So, depende kung aabot pa tayo doon. So, yun may combination lang ng mga natutunan natin sa mga magiging previous discussion natin. Okay. So, yun yung sa ating thermodynamics. So, again, nakapokus siya sa power generation. So, to start, no, we have here chapter 1, thermodynamic cycle. So, thermodynamic cycles are used to explain how heat engines which convert heat into work operate. So, the application determines the kind of cycle that is employed in the engine. So, the thermodynamic cycle consists of series interrelated thermodynamic processes involving heat and works going in and out of the body, no? Simultaneously changing pressure, temperature, and other changes in body state, and eventually returning to the initial state. So, yung thermodynamic cycles natin, okay, so, doon sa ating na-discuss dati, so, alam naman natin na meron tayong mga parameters na heat and work na ina-analyze sa isang cycle. Okay? Then, for it to become a cycle, kailangan bumalik tayo sa initial state. Okay? So, kung tandaan yung Carnot, Diesel, and Otto natin, so we have 4 state points there. Then, lagi at lagi tayong bumabalik sa point 1. No? Yun. So, yung state quantities depend only on the thermodynamic state and cumulative variation of such properties adds up to 0 during a cycle. So, yung process quantities natin or yung path quantities such as heat and work are process dependent and cumulative heat and work are non-zero. So, yung first law of thermodynamics dictates that the net heat input is equal to the net work output over any cycle. So the repeating nature of the process path allows for continuous operation, making the cycle an important concept in thermodynamics. So yung thermodynamic cycles natin ay still gumagamit pa din ng quasi-static processes para ma-model natin yung workings of actual devices. If you remember, yung quasi-static natin last time, yung definition niya, di ba, is yung proseso natin ay nag-occur at a very slow manner, no, para maka-keep up tayo in analyzing the actual work of an actual device, no. So, yun pa din yung quasi-static process natin or quasi-equilibrium, no. Then yung process quantities natin, inner path quantities, is simply the drawing ng cycle natin, no? Nung paano nabubuo yung buong cycle because of the path quantities or yung process quantities natin. So yung mga lines natin, so yung path ng cycle natin. So from state point 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and 4 to 1. Okay? For the intended learning outcome, nung chapter 1 natin, no? So we have 3. So first, we need to understand the basic principles of different classifications and types of thermodynamic cycles and their application to engineering systems. Second, to analyze the performance of gas power cycles where the working fluid remains a gas, including both closed and open cycles, and solve problems related to Otto, Diesel, and Brighton cycles. Third one is to develop and apply simplifying assumptions and perform second law analysis of gas power cycles, identifying key factors and solving problems to enhance understanding of cycle efficiency and operation. So yung chapter 1 natin, still may problem solving pa din tayo dyan under ng thermodynamic cycles. So ang bago sa inyo dito is the Brighton cycle. No, so I hope yung Otto, Diesel, and even the Carnot ay medyo fresh pa sa inyong utak kung paano siya isolve and yung analyzation niya kasi madadagdagan na naman tayo ng Brighton pero same process lang din naman halos yan sa Otto, no? Okay. So that is for the intended learning outcomes for this chapter. Okay, so now we are going to discuss the classification of thermodynamic cycles. So yung, syempre, thermodynamic cycles are very essential in our energy systems. So, we are using it to describe the processes that which convert heat into work or vice versa. So we can classify daw yung thermodynamic cycles natin into power cycles. So yung power cycles and refrigeration cycles. And further distinctions between open and closed cycles. And by the working fluid used, no? So pag power cycle, so ito yung mga cycle that we are using for a power generation. So typically the Rankine and Brighton cycle yung types ng power cycles. So for refrigeration cycles naman, so we have vapor compression and absorption. So yung refrigeration cycles natin, so siya yung cycle, ideal cycle sa components ng isang ref mismo, literal na ref, no? So refrigeration cycle. So yung open and close, so ito yung discuss natin before, pag open, yung working fluid natin ay nare-renew every start ng cycle. Pag close naman, na-recirculation tayo ng working fluid. Then yung working fluid natin, it can be either steam, air, or refrigerants. Okay, so yun yung mga classification, depende po sa cycle and working fluid na ginagamit. So another way for us to classify a thermodynamic cycle is it a reversible or irreversible cycle? Okay? So kung last SEM, nakaka-encounter na kayo sa mga problems na binabanggit that the adiabatic reversible process, no? So ano bang ibig sabihin nun, sir? Okay? So magkakaroon ngayon tayo ng in-depth analysis and discussion about the reversible and irreversible cycle para ma-distinguish natin yung difference ng dalawa. At kung kailan siya ginagamit at anong ibig sabihin. So sabi dyan for the introduction, yung reversible cycle daw is simply like a Carnot cycle which are idealized with no energy losses. So wala daw siyang energy losses. Water then. Next natin is irreversible cycles. Ito naman yung nag-a-account for real-world inefficiencies such as friction and heat dissipation, no? So kumbaga, um, dapat nare-realize nyo na o na-imagine nyo na, pag reversible pala, ang atake natin dyan is ideal. Kasi wala daw energy losses eh. So meaning to say, nako-conserve natin yung energy from energy in to energy out. So reversible siya. Meanwhile, yung irreversible cycles naman, since it's accounting for the real-world inefficiencies or real-world application, so this is an actual cycle. So meaning to say, we are now accounting for the friction and heat losses, no? So between bawat sa bawat processes, so hindi na siya energy is equal to energy out, no? So yung energy in natin is equal to the work plus heat loss, mga ganun. May mga losses na tayong ina-account. Kaya siya irreversible cycle. Hindi mo na kaya siyang ibalik. Okay? So irreversible. So first, yung classification natin by process. So let's start with having reversible cycle. So sabi daw, under a reversible process, there should be no loss of heat due to friction, conduction, or radiation. So dynamically reversible cycle consists of reversible processes only. So which is performed at the end of the process, both the system and surrounding may be restored to their initial state. So for us to have a reversibility of a cycle, so these conditions ay kailangan masunod. So first, we need to have a temperature and pressure of the working substance must not differ from those of the surroundings at any stage in the process. Second, all the processes taking place in the cycle of operation must be slow. So ito yung quasi-static manner natin or quasi-equilibrium. Okay, you must be slow. Third, the moving engine parts must be friction-free and there should be no loss of energy during the cycle of operation. So under the reversible cycle, wala dapat tayong friction loss. So kailan lang ba tayo nagkakaroon ng friction loss? So yung friction naman, nangyayari siya depende sa movement ng equipments natin, yung parts ng equipment. So pag nag-move yun, somehow nagkakaroon tayo ng friction between two objects or two parts. So even the flow of the fluid, nagkakaroon din siya ng friction. No, yung friction ng flow ng fluid doon sa, let's say sa pipe, sa loob ng pipe, may friction pa din tayo doon matatawag. Okay? Then yung conduction or radiation, siya naman yung bahala in terms of heat transfer. Kasi if you remember, yung discussion natin last sem about heat transfer, we have three ways to transfer heat. No, that is conduction, convection, and radiation. So yung conduction at radiation dyan ay para sa heat transfer natin. So it's heat transfer kung papasok man siya, surrounding to system or system to surroundings. So hindi natin siya ina-account. So wala tayong heat loss between the system and the surroundings para masabi nating reversible cycle. Okay, so that is for reversible cycle. Next natin is for the irreversible cycle. So kanina nga, nung sinabi natin na ang reversible ay kayang ibalik on its initial state, okay? So ito naman, hindi na natin kaya pang ibalik yung process. We cannot reverse the process. Kaya siya tinawag na irreversible process. So nangyayari ito because of the heat loss due to friction, radiation, or conduction. So meaning to say, kung nagbigay tayo ng 100 joules of heat entering, and the 10 joules of it ay naging heat loss due to the friction or heat loss. So yung 10 joules na yun, hindi natin siya kayang ibalik sa initial state as the heat added. So hindi na siya kayang ibalik kasi losses na nga nawala na. So basically, 90 joules na lang yung napakinabangan natin. Meanwhile, yung 10 joules ay di nga yung losses. So hindi na siya kayang ibalik. Okay po ba? So, yun yung irreversible cycle ng mga hindi na kayang ibalik. So, ang tiwala pag nasira, hindi na po kayang ibalik yun 100%. May nawala na dun. Ano? So, wag pong magbe-break ng trust. Okay? So, in practice, most of the processes are reversible to some degree. So, yung main causes nito ay yung irreversibility are as follows. So, una, yung mechanical and fluid friction. So, yung sabi ko sa inyo kanina, even the flow of the fluid ay nagkakaroon din tayo ng friction nun. Okay? So, yung unrestricted expansion since in actual settings naman, we cannot control all of the energy entering or leaving the system. So, there may be some unrestricted expansion, okay, due to the imbalance of forces or energy. Then heat transfer with a finite differential difference. So in a very minimal, okay, so we can still have heat transfer or heat losses, no, between the system and the surroundings. So besides, the friction converts mechanical work into heat. This heat can supply back the same amount of mechanical work which was consumed for its production. Okay. So this is our graph ng reversible at irreversible. Kaya kung mapapansin nyo, pag yung graph natin ng mga auto and diesel, yung ating mga isentropic, no, naka-bend na ganyan for reversible process. Then yung mga, di pa kinakamit ng actual process. Kaya siya, pag actual process, normally mga naka-straight line na yun eh. So dito, makakamit na kayo ng mga actual efficiencies and makaka-apekto ngayon siya sa problem solving natin. Okay po, malinaw po ba? So this is simply a summary between the reversible and irreversible cycle. Okay, so next natin is classification by working fluids. So yung classification natin by working fluids, so it's either gas or vapor cycles. So going back last sem, no, nakafocus lang tayo sa engines which are typically using air as the working fluid. Kaya meron lang tayong gas cycles, no? Last sem. So, gas cycles lang yung meron tayo. Then yung classification natin by working fluid, saka depende din sa phase ng working fluid na ginagamit. Kung kay gas cycle, no, kung kay gas cycle, nagre-retain siya na air pamula sa point 1 up to point 4 balik kay point 1, air at air pa din yung ginagamit natin ideally. So, under siya ng single phase working fluid. Kagaya ng Otto, Diesel, Sterling, Ericsson, and Brighton. No, meaning, hindi nagbabago yung phase ng gas or ng air na ginagamit natin during the whole cycle or process. So, single phase working fluid. Ngayon naman, sa thermodynamics 2, dito nyo na mamimit yung vapor cycles natin, which typically use steam, okay, or water vapor. So, yung steam, alam naman natin kung saan siya galing. Saan siya galing? Ang steam. Galing siya sa... Saan galing ang steam? Ang steam kasi vapor. No, so saan galing yun? Saan galing yung vapor natin? Paano nabuo yung vapor? So, galing siya sa liquid or water. No. So, kaya po yung mga Rankine cycle natin, refrigeration cycle natin under vapor cycles, sila yung tinatawag nating two-phase working fluid. Because they are part of the cycle na tubig yung working fluid natin and eventually, magko-convert siya into steam or into water vapor. Okay? Or into vapor. So, two-phase yung working fluid natin for the whole process to complete. Ano? Para makumpleto yung buong proseso, nag-exist yung working fluid natin into two-phase. So, may part na tubig siya, may part na steam. So, yun po yung classification natin by working fluids. Malinaw po ba? Malinaw po. Klaro po ba? Okay. So, next one natin is classification by physical structure. So, yung physical structure natin, okay? Wait lang. So we can have a closed and open cycles. Okay? First, dun sa structure niya na ito namang structure ng closed and open cycles more on sa pag-drawing natin or pag-analyze nung system noong equipment or nung cycle or nung engine. So balikan natin when it comes sa open cycle. So ang basic example niyan is an engine. Okay? So typically yung mga auto diesel natin, Carno, lahat ng cycle natin na ginagamit for an engine, no? That is an open cycle. Kasi nga po, 'di ba, based on our discussion during the four-stroke or even the two-stroke reciprocating engine, the intake stroke, siya yung kumukuha ng hangin then fuel para magkaroon tayo ng air-fuel mixture. Then if we're going to compress that at magkakaroon tayo ng combustion, sasabog siya, okay? So yung gas na in-intake natin, eventually, i-exhaust natin siya. And hindi naman yun yung same air na kinuha na in-exhaust natin ang gagamitin ulit natin sa intake, which is panibagong set of air na yung papasok. So hindi siya nagre-recirculate. So yung open cycles natin, those are cycles na ang ating working fluid ay nare-renew per end of process. Renewal tayo ng air. Nire-renew natin bagong air yung papasok, then lalabas. Ano yung bagong set ng air ang papasok, then lalabas siya for exhaust, no? Yun nga lang, sir, bakit po yung mga diagram natin for auto diesel car no ay closed cycle na bumabalik po yung para sa 0.4 to 1? So that is simply for the simplification of the analysis of the cycles. No, pero dapat alam ninyo na hindi porket yung diagram is closed ay nagre-recirculate na yung air doon. So sa tunay na buhay, hindi po talaga. Again, para lang ma-simplify yung analyzation. So kumbaga, ang pag-analyze mo ng per cycle ay per quality ng air sa simula. So sa problem solving naman natin, kino-consider lang naman natin yung problem as a one whole process eh. Hindi naman repetitive, 'di ba? So kaya parang pwede siyang gawing close for the sake of the discussion and simplification ng analysis natin. Nagigets po ba? Okay. Then meanwhile, for a closed cycle, so these are the cycles. So typically, ito na yung sa power generation natin. So we can consider the Rankine or even the Brighton. Pwede na din siguro ang Brighton. Pero ang Brighton kasi meron siyang open at saka closed din. So depende yun sa pag-exhaust ng gas, no? So let's say under muna sila ng closest cycle. So ang pinagkaiba niya kay open is syempre about sa working fluid. So since kay open kanina, renewal tayo ng air per simula ng process. So kay closed, so paikot-ikot lang. So simply nagre-recirculate lang yung working fluid. So pamula kay 1, 2, 3, 4, balik kay 1, paulit-ulit lang, no? Nagagamit uli natin yung working fluid na yon. So recirculating tayo sa closed cycles. Wait lang. For a minute. Okay. So another way for us to classify a physical structure is having yung closed periodic cycle and closed loop steady state cycle, no? So yung closed periodic cycle natin, so ito yung mga devices natin na typically ito na yung sa ating auto diesel, no, sa engines. So we have a piston cylinder assembly dito. So close siya, we can consider this as a close, and yung cycle is periodic. So depende sa movement ng piston. Up, down, no? So, by the movement of crankshaft, matatransmit yung motion through connecting rod to the piston. So, kaya yung piston natin up, down lang dito. So, periodically, yung cycle natin for a piston cylinder assembly or a cycle for an engine. No? Meanwhile, dito sa closed loop cycle natin, so, kaya siya tinawag na steady state cycle because of the components na ginamit natin. Diba? Way back sa discussion natin Thermo 1, so lagi tayong babalikan yon. So, steady state because of the components na ginagamit natin are steady flow devices. Meaning, meron tayong mass entering at mass leaving the system. So, just to give you an idea, this is a type of cycle for a Brighton. No, Brighton to ha, parang Brighton siya. Kasi yung Brighton cycle natin, although gas yung ginagamit nating working fluid, pero pang power generation na halos yung purpose niya or propulsion or sa mga jet engines or what. No. So, let's say yung point 1 natin is the entrance dito. So, work in. So, itong first component natin is the compressor. So, compressor po, kung tandaan nyo, is a type of a steady flow devices because we are allowing a mass entrance and mass leaving. Okay? So, ito yung una nating steady flow devices. Then, papasok ngayon tayo sa combustor or combustion chamber natin para sa heat addition. So, we need to increase the temperature of our gas. Then, pagkatapos dyan, papasok ngayon tayo sa turbine. O sa turbina natin, sa gas turbine. Kasi nga po ito Brighton, kung gas ang gamit. So, ang tawag dito is gas turbine. So, turbine is also a type of steady flow devices. Kaya siya kasama dito. Then, exhaust natin. So, yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina na ang Brighton ay pwede maging open or close. Pwede siya, open siya kung wala siyang heat exchanger dito. Itong Q out. Parang directly, i-exhaust mo na siya sa environment. Pero close siya kung maglalagay tayo ng heat exchanger para mapakinabangan mo pa yung air na i-exhaust mo dito at gagamitin mo ulit dito. So close or open, still Brighton cycle pa din siya. So closed loop siya, steady state because of the components used in the cycle. Naiintindihan po ba? Nagigets po? Okay. So ito na yung sinasabi ko kanina sa inyo, no? Yung closed loop steady state natin is simply the collection of steady state devices that are connected to form a closed loop of fluid na pinakita doon sa figure. Okay? So yung mga mga steady flow devices natin, no? Just to give you a review kung ano ba yung mga types and na pwedeng gamitin natin as steady flow devices. Pwede siyang pumps, turbines, compressors, heat exchangers, and even valves. No? Basta nga po, again, ina-allow natin yung mass flow dun sa device. Ay consider natin siyang steady flow. Wherein mass entering is equal to the mass leaving the system. Okay. So ngayon naman, last way for us um, to discuss the thermodynamics is syempre, malaman natin yung types ng thermodynamic cycles na meron tayo. Okay? So yung thermodynamic power cycles natin, ay syempre, yun yung basis ng operation natin for heat engines, no? Which supply most of the world's electric power and run almost all motor vehicles. So yung power cycles natin, pwede siyang ma-divide according to the type of engine na paggagamitan natin. So yung pinaka-common natin is syempre, yung model ng internal combustion engines na nire-represent natin ang cycles ng auto at diesel cycles, no? So, kapag auto cycle, again, that is a gasoline engine. Pag diesel cycle, syempre, diesel engine siya. Okay? So, yung cycles naman na minomodel natin externally, because of the combustion happening externally, so ito yung Brighton natin na gumagamit ng gas turbines and syempre yung Rankine cycle na steam turbines naman yung gamit. Okay, so tatandaan kapag Brighton, so gas yung working fluid natin for us to have a mechanical work on the gas turbine para mapaikot yung blades ng turbina natin. So high pressured gas yung ginagamit. Meanwhile, kay Rankine naman, high pressured steam yung ginagamit para mapaikot yung blades ng turbina. Ano? So the Industrial Revolution was driven in part by the development of the steam engine. So a device that takes in heat from a fire, delivers work to the surroundings, and operates as a cycle. So in our modern society, we are populated with machines and devices that either operate as a true thermodynamic cycle or can be modeled as one for process of analysis. So yung modern day naman natin na internal combustion engine is still modeled na auto and diesel or even the combined or dual cycle. So for modern day fossil fuel naman or nuclear fueled steam power plant, so ang pinag theoretical basis natin dyan is simply the Rankine cycle. So when it comes sa gas turbine, so still Brighton cycle ang model natin dyan. Then we have some of the innovative external combustion engines na kinoconsider for automobiles and remote power generation stations based sa Stirling naman. Then syempre yung pinaka mataas yung efficiency and pinaka basic form of thermodynamic cycles that we have is the Carnot cycle. Okay, so lahat ng mga yan ay types of or examples of power cycles. Okay. So before we move mag-start dito, ano? So 5-minute break muna tayo before we proceed to Carnot cycle. So be back by 12:50. No, CR or water break. Okay? So ito man medyo mabilis lang din and halos yung discussion natin dito is more on terminologies pa lang yung unang part. No? Pero huwag na kayo maboboring kasi baka naman pag nag-computation na tayo ay manawa din kayo. Ano? So yeah. So 5-minute break guys. Hello, yan. Nako. So, continue na tayo. Nandiyan na ba lahat? Kabalik na. Okay. So, ito naman again is just a review, no, ng thermodynamic cycle. So, let's start with Carnot cycle. So, yung Carnot cycle natin, so, again, siya naman ay pinopose ng isang French physicist na si Sadi Carnot, no, noong 1824. So, transforming heat into work or work into heat is the most effective cycle currently known to exist. Yun nga lang, 'di ba, yung discussion natin before, although siya yung may pinakamataas na efficiency among uh, different types of thermodynamic cycles, but we cannot um, use that doon sa real applications natin because of the material constraints. No, yung mga material available para magawa yon is hindi kayang i-provide. Okay? So, still, yung working substance natin dito is air in a cylinder kung saan meron tayong piston na nagbo-move, no? And meron lang tayo ditong two temperatures, the maximum and minimum, or ang ibang term na ginagamit is the hot source temperature and the sink temperature. So, yun yung ginagamit natin usually dyan. So, we have four process, no, sa buong Carnot cycle. So, yung una is the isothermal expansion. So, ito yung, since isothermal, so constant temperature yung expansion natin. So, thermal contact with the heated reservoir. So, it expands and takes heat from the reservoir with it. Next one is the adiabatic expansion. So, adiabatic is no heat transfer, means say we have isentropic process or constant entropy. So, the functioning substance is thermally detached and extends, taking care of business with its environmental elements. Then next is isothermal compression, so constant temperature. And the last one is adiabatic compression. So basically, we have two isothermal process and two adiabatic or isentropic process na bumubuo ng buong Carnot cycle. Yan. So dito, okay, so the Carnot cycle can be addressed on a temperature entropy graph or TS cycle natin or TS diagram natin. So, yung thermal efficiency natin ay nag-i-increase with the average temperature at which is heat is added to the system, or nag-i-decrease ng average temperature which is heat is ejected from the system. Sorry. So, di ba, ito yung ating one of the formulas ng efficiency ng Carnot cycle in terms of temperature. Okay, so kailangan nating matandaan dyan is we have here a change in temperature over low temperature. So if we are dealing with low temperature, so don't forget to make it absolute. Basta may low temperature tayo dito, don't forget it to make it absolute. Okay? So, yun yung dyan. Still, kailangan nyo pa rin i-apply. Dito naman sa TH minus TL sa taas, it's up to you if you're going to make it absolute first before getting the difference, or basta parehas yung unit nila, pwede na. Sa low temperature lang tayo mag-iingat. Ano? Gets po ba? Naintindihan? Okay. Then, ito din yung ating TS diagram. PV diagram yung nandito, kaya naka-curve. Okay? Pero madali naman tandaan yung TS diagram natin. Simply, that is, so this is our entropy and our temperature. So we have here a rectangle. So we have 0.1, 2, 3, 4. So sabi natin, we have two isothermal process. So ito na yung isa. We have constant temperature dito, tsaka dito. So pag trinace natin to dito, tsaka to. So meron tayo dyan T-high, tsaka T-low. No, T-high, tsaka T-low. Wherein nandito yung ating Q-in, Q-added, then nandito yung Q-rejected natin. That is a TS diagram of a Carnot cycle. So yung formulas na meron tayo dito, so heat added. So we have T1 times delta S. So yung T1 naman natin dito, since ito yung point 1 natin, equivalent na siya sa T high na meron tayo dito. So yung heat added natin, nag-occur siya sa high temperature na meron tayo. Kaya yung T delta S, yung ginamit natin dito is typically this is simply T high times delta S. Okay? So, dyan pa rin naman yung galing. So, kung tandaan ninyo kung saan galing yung formula na yan, going back sa derivation natin before, we all know that our delta S, change in entropy, is equal to Q over temperature. Wherein itong temperature na to should be absolute. Ano, dapat absolute yung temperature natin dyan. So, dyan ang galing yun. Kaya nakuha natin yung Q is equal to T delta S. Okay? So, pag heat added, don't forget na T high lang ang gagamitin kasi addition tayo. Heat addition. So, sa heat rejected naman, so, yung T3 natin, so, T3 is equal to T4 is equal to T low. No, yung sink temperature natin dito, so, basically, this is simply TL times delta S. Yung delta S naman natin, regardless naman yan, since magkakaroon tayo dyan ng two values of entropy. No, S2 is minus S1 or it can be S3 minus S4. Kasi equal naman ng S2 kay S3, ang S1 kay S4. So basically, kagaya ng temperature, dalawa lang din ang value ng entropy natin dyan. Ano po? Klaro po ba? Klaro po. Malinaw. So when it comes naman sa work net output natin, okay? So simply the difference between the Q added and Q rejected na meron tayo. So if we're going to expand that, no? Yung Q added natin minus QR simply the change in temperature times change in entropy, no? Yung Q, ano natin ito pinactor out lang to eh, no? Nung pagkaka-derive nito, pinactor out lang natin yung T1 tsaka T3. So, yung QA natin, di ba, that is simply T1 times delta S minus T3 times delta S. So, basically, pinactor out lang natin yung delta S dito. Kaya nabuo itong T1 minus T3 times delta S. Malinaw po. Yeah, no. So, yun naman ay madali lang man ng pag-derive na. So, when it comes to the cycle efficiency, okay, so we have the work net over QA, so the basic formula of the cycle efficiency. Wait lang guys. Okay, so again, sorry, for the cycle efficiency, yung pinaka formula niya talaga is the work net over QA. So nandito lang naman, nilagay ko lang dito yung mga pwedeng pagkunan pang iba. Ito na may basically, nanggaling lang din naman dito. So yung work net natin, pag binasag, simply QA minus QR over QA. Or in terms of work net at QR, pwede din. So yung QA lang yung ating binago. So pag kinuha natin yung QA dito, yan dito, no? Ita-transpose natin yung QR. Kaya naging work net plus QR to. Naintindihan? Gets po ba? Then in terms of temperature, ito yung T high minus T low over T high. So be careful nga lang po sa temperature. Kailangan absolute kapag low temperature. And we have 1 minus TL over T high. So dito, yung T low over T high natin, kailangan absolute na parehas yan. Because parehas na silang low temperature. Naintindihan po ba? Okay. So yung mean effective pressure naman na meron tayo dito, so we have still yung PM natin is equal to work net over VD or volume displaced, okay? So where VD is equal to V3 minus V4. So ito yung V maximum minus V minimum na meron tayo. Okay, so that's it for the Carnot cycle. No, yan yung ating pinaka ng Carnot cycle. Any questions so far? Clarifications? May tanong po ba? Anything so far? Questions? Clarifications? Sure? Wala? Okay. So, hanggang dyan na lang muna. Dahil yung huling section, dyan lang din kami umabot sa Carnot. So, para sabay-sabay lang tayo next week magsisimula ng Auto hanggang Brighton. So, next week, tatapusin natin yung hanggang Brighton. Okay? So, hopefully, matapos ko na yung module para meron na kayong copy nito. Okay? So, panalangin nyo pa kung sipagin pa ako ng konti. Konting-konti pang sipag. Na hindi ako mapa-binge watch sa Netflix, no? Marami kasi ngayon mga gandang movie tsaka series. So, panalangin nyo, huwag muna akong dalahin ng aking mga kamay sa Netflix, no? Para matapos ko na yung module nyo kasi talagang overdue na kumbaga kasi nagsisimula na hindi pa tapos. So, okay. So, do you have any questions or clarifications? So, again, madali pa yung first part. I hope nadadalian kayo kasi review naman siya. Tingnan natin sa Brighton. So, yung Brighton naman, again, ay simply kagaya lang siya ng auto. No, mirror image siya ng auto. So, parehas lang din naman. Kailangan pa din nating kailangan nyo pa ding sa ulo yung formulas ng 7 generals kasi still we are going to use that on Brighton's cycle. Okay po ba? Questions, clarifications, anything you would like to raise? Wala na? Wala nang tanong? Sure na? Sure na po? Okay, so kung wala na pong question, so thank you for attending our class today. See you next week.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po. Thank you, sir.